My understanding is that they thought they deserved more credit, that they thought they deserved more income, and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I guess rug is probably a good way to put it. They pulled out all of their they pulled out all of their stakes. They sold their subnet tokens for Tau, and you can see it on chain. So it was around like $10 million worth.
I just wanted to let you know, jail's not that bad. It's
All views expressed by the hosts and guests in this podcast are solely their opinions and do not reflect the opinions of their respective employers. Guests and hosts may maintain positions in the assets discussed in this podcast. This podcast is for informational purposes only, and nothing in the podcast is intended to be financial, legal, or even life advice.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, we're back. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How's things? Been a
Things are
minute
good.
before we start chatting. Would you want to do a quick intro for the people who don't know you yet?
Oh, sure. Yeah, hey, everybody. Goodbye 563. I'm the head of research over at Blockmates. And yeah, Lambros and I have been pals for a little while now. But it's been a while since we've chatted, man. How you been?
Bro, I've been checked out, man. Like, I basically don't do anything. I'm not even in crypto anymore. I don't know what am I into nowadays, but like, I don't think I'm as locked in. I used to be known as locked in. Now I'm like checked out. It's fucked.
You're just waiting for prices to go back up, and then you're going to be locked back in.
I keep wanting to lock back in. Every week or two, I'll be like, oh, okay, I'm locking back in. Then I spend some time reading all over the Twitter and I realize there's nothing to do, to be very honest with you.
You miss clicking buttons.
I miss fucking clicking buttons, man. Okay. Like, let's be fair. Give me like 5 things that you looked into that is worth looking into deeper past 2 weeks for you.
I've been pretty deep in the prediction market space. I think that stuff's pretty interesting, honestly. I think Futurarchy and MetaDAO is pretty cool. Ownership coins, I think those are pretty neat. I think the agentic stuff, honestly, is pretty cool too. But there really isn't a ton to do unless you want to go set up like a Hermes or you want to set up an OpenClaw. That stuff's pretty cool too. I think just playing around with these different tools has been pretty fun. But no like DeFi things to click around with just yet.
Okay. Let's tackle this one by one. In terms of prediction market, yes, I'm doing stuff like that, but there's more like directionally gambling. How are you approaching? how are you approaching like a prediction market or making money in prediction market?
I don't know about making money, but well, there's some opportunities here and there, like especially with the ICOs. Sometimes those options get mispriced, I think. Like we were playing around in the Blockmates Discord with the Monad ICO. Like the PolyMarkets for those were ridiculously mispriced. So there was no way for you to lose money by buying some of the lower priced options because you could buy into the ICO and protect your downside with the options. And there was no scenario where you lost money. So that was pretty fun to do it from that angle. But besides that, like I think just the way these different prediction markets are positioning themselves is interesting to me. Like how Kalshi versus PolyMarket are positioning themselves. Very different from one another. I don't think people are really appreciating that.
Oh, actually, yeah. I to your first question, yes, I've been doing something like that as well, but it's more like yield farming money. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
a lot of things like will they launch token before this date? You just have to buy like 70% of them, and then you're likely going to make some money. Like no to a lot of them or yes to a lot of them. Like those are like free money ish, but the capacity is like not that high. So personally, I would do it just for yield farming and hopefully for airdrop. But yeah, like back to your point on comparing Cowsheet and PolyMarket. Actually, I haven't been noticing that. Like, love to learn more from you.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because if you look at where most of the volume is coming from for each of those, I think Kalshi's like 80-90% of their volume comes from sports. So really it's a sports betting market at this point. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're going to make a ton of money off of that. But it's a very different audience if you start thinking about that versus I think what PolyMarket is going towards is more of like providing a service of data. Like, if you look at how they're pricing their fees, or at least I think the only market that's not going to have fees is their geopolitics markets, which is interesting, right? Because those are the type of markets like will Trump do X before Y. Those are the type of things that make headlines all over the place. And that's the type of thing that like CNBC or Fox or whatever are going to use as their data source. So that's like a different revenue stream that they could use, right? They don't have to make money on people betting on those markets because they can sell that data stream as like useful insight to like news or like Bloomberg or something like that. Whereas, Kalshi is just profiting off of people hitting parlays and stuff like that or missing on their parlays.
How are they selling the news stream, by the way? Or is it more like their marketing strategy to get attention for their other markets?
Well, right now I think they have a lot of partnerships. Like they have partnerships with MLB, with like I think CNBC, a lot of like news channels and that sort of thing. I think their goal right now is to become the most relevant source for like news events, like people predicting news events. And then once that happens, they can set up bespoke APIs and bespoke data streams for these players to basically make their own markets and to get answers to exactly what their viewers want to know about. So I think that's how they're going to play it, just like those data partnerships.
I see. All right, interesting.
There's other angles too, but we're going to release a report on that. And I think people will like it.
Oh, okay, cool. Like for my end, in terms of like prediction market, I basically researched and looked into a few things. Like maybe I'm more money driven than like more like how can I make money? How can I make money in this way? So like I was quite big on like different models of bootstrapping liquidity in in prediction markets. So like there are like the bonding curve model, there are like some ARBs and all those kind. I looked at all those stuff, and then the edge and the competition is so high right now, you can barely make money, and frankly, it's not that worth to properly yield farm, I think. Or
have you looked at
airdrop farm?
XO markets?
Which one?
XO markets. They're kind of it's more of it's a competitor, but they're working more of the social aspect of it, and it's kind of cool how they bootstrap the pools. You like the person that's bootstrapping the pool, you decide like, oh, I think side or team A has an 80% chance of winning and team B has a 20% chance. And basically the closer you are to reality, the more money you make off LPing on that. This
one,
guys.
Right?
Yeah. So we did a report on these guys a while back, but pretty cool idea because they're trying to get like the long tail of the markets so they can be very specific. And it's supposed to be like a social shareable type thing. But they have some cool mechanics for actually bootstrapping liquidity on the lower end.
Is it a bonding curve? Like,
yeah,
is it a bonding curve? Yeah. So like, I was very big. I don't know if you remember PMX.
Yeah.
I
didn't use it though.
Yeah. There's PMX and there's another one that I remember seeing XO market now that I see it. Like, but yeah, like the problem with these is like you try so hard for these alt markets, but the reason they're alt markets is because no one's betting on them, basically.
Yeah.
So
you have
so
to
it doesn't
have
generate
your own
enough fee.
niche somehow. You have to differentiate.
Yeah. Like, correct me, right? My current view is that in terms of prediction market, there's a few ways, right? First is you somehow bootstrap because it's hedgeable, the market. So you have market makers to actively hedge those market. Secondly, is that you're able to bootstrap the liquidity because you use AMM model. But the AMM model can be bonding curve, etc., to make it more interesting and save money. But obviously, it's going to be more fluctuate and stuff. And then those are like the two common models. And then the other way of different PolyMarket prediction market would differentiate is the type of market they're listing. Like, is it crypto only? Is it not crypto only? Is it like localized? Is it very timely? Do you have like the Binance Lab investment where people will farm it to push up the initial liquidity, or is it like basically like that's my view? And after playing around with it, like I mean I can see some of them doing very well, but because no one is launching a token yet, it feels like it's very hard to long it, or the dominance of PolyMarket and Kalshi is so high that it's almost uncompetable.
I think that's the main issue, right? I think you have to look at what type of users will be using these markets, right? It's people that are like the sports bettors, like people that just want to do it for fun. That's who Kalshi is trying to capture. There's people that want to trade narratives, and that's kind of more what PolyMarket's after. And then there's folks that really want to use these to hedge. And I don't think we have the perfect vehicle just yet to have these hedging markets. Like we have some form of them, but I think they need to be a little bit more rigorous in their design. I think that's kind of what Hyperliquid's trying to do with HIP4, if I'm reading between the lines a little bit.
Yes.
They want to have one central location where you can be like, you can have your perps and your options right there, and they're all like collateralized on the same spot. And you can have some kind of technical rigor to be like, we always have the same expiry, we always have the same rules, because that's where people get hung up on PolyMarket. It's just like those contentious like UMA resolutions where everything makes the news. Like, I don't remember if you know, or if you remember like Zelensky's suit, or
Yes.
was like the Maduro election. There was a bunch of high profile ones that really made the news and made people kind of weary of putting real size into PolyMarket bets.
I have an impression that Hyperliquid is not going to do all these weird markets for attention. They're just going to
No.
straight up do like token, like yes or no things similar to that, because it's more like real options. But not
Yeah,
like
I think it's going to be
prediction
more like that. Yeah, like, is Bitcoin going to reach 100K by X date? Or maybe they'll venture into like the Fed cutting decisions and stuff like that. But it has to be like really verifiable data. I think that's where they should focus on. It's
Then
kind of a
just
cool
not
one
the
because I
type-
know like some of these institutions are trying to do that now. But if Hyperliquid can get in front of them, they can just like leapfrog that,
Yeah,
which would be kind of cool.
100%. Okay. Have you done anything in DeFi recently?
In DeFi, it's been a little while, honestly. I've been so skittish having like all these hacks come up, and now like with Mythos coming out from Claude, I don't know how much of it's like a LARP, how much of it's marketing, but like people are worried about more hacks and more 0 days because of that. So I've been kind of weary. I only have some money in like HLP as far as DeFi goes. It's pretty boring.
Wait. HLB, why? The yield is so low there.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty boring. Like
You just
there's
forgot.
there's
It's more
nothing
like you
else.
forgot.
Yeah, you can put money in like Sky or like these. I don't know, man. I feel like so locked into what the safer ones. It feels so weird going on the risk curve at this point. I don't really
Bro, I
care
basically
about like
don't
earning a
farm.
couple of percent yield at this moment.
Yeah, I basically don't have any DeFi yield farm nowadays, other than like some like pre-deposit vaults or some early launch that I throw in some just because of the potential airdrop.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
anything
like
cool?
others is like, I don't think I'm doing anything cool, but I can tell you what I've been doing. So like,
Sure.
I still have I still have like USDE stuff in my Bybit account that airdrops me yield. Just because I can use it as collateral to short some shitcoin. So whenever the market goes like 71, 72, like the past few days, I'll
You're
just find a
shorting
bunch
here?
of altcoins to short. Like the altcoins, I don't want to name the names, but you can imagine those are like zero coins, like
Yeah.
layer 2 coins, like coins that will, even though if the market comes back, likely won't pump that much. And then I have like
I think we're in the same
around like
shorts.
yeah, and then you just short them like all in like a small mid size, and then if one of them doesn't dump, then it doesn't dump kind of shit. But I still get funding right there. And the second thing I've been doing is I've been doing like sell put basically.
Really?
Yeah. But only when the market dumps. So when the market pumps, I'll short these altcoins, and then when the market dumps like 66, 67, I'll do sell put in centralized exchange. They call it deal investment because I'm so lazy. I don't even want to use like option protocol now. I just like risk finance.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically I use the centralized version of that, and then like because I'm
Deribit?
personally no on Bybit and on Binance
okay.
basically. I'm actually writing something like that out for people because I think that's like one of the more useful like use case right now. Like because the thing is like I assume if you're okay with buying Bitcoin at let's say 65K, 66K, you can get around 50 to 200% APR depending what are the BTC current prices basically.
Oh, sick.
And then
That's nice.
I personally don't think it's going to dip that much. And even if it does, it's probably going to have one random day that it will pump a little bit and you can sell it back.
It'll
That's
save
my
it.
view.
No,
Yeah,
that's
and then
that's
so
a good
like
call.
yeah, so I'll be rolling like 1 to 3 days depending on my mood on that. Basically, it's not very systematic.
Oh,
It's just a
1 to
bunch of
3.
money. Yeah, like so it doesn't really matter, right? Like
Yeah.
because I don't
It's
even have
gonna
an
be like
actual
0.5%.
yeah, bro. Like when you think about it, right? It's if you're throwing around like
Real size
not
like you.
no la, but like you get a few $100 here and there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
better than you farming.
No,
it's like
yeah,
it's
for
like
sure.
it's
Pay for
100%
dinner.
better than you farming. Yeah. And the thing is like if you buy BTC slightly higher, like it is what it is, right? Like it doesn't fucking matter in some sense.
Yeah. Well, I guess beyond that, I've been using pair protocol for the long short stuff. I don't know if you've tried that out before. It's really
Yeah,
nice.
I clicked around actually. But what are your pairs selection nowadays?
Yeah, I think I'm long on the long side. I have Bitcoin, and then on the short, I think I probably have like the same ones you have, just a basket of stuff I don't like. It's a lot of L2 coins, a lot of infrastructure coins, stuff with
I see.
unlocks.
Yeah, can I DM you for a better list of trash
Yeah,
to short?
sure.
Because I
I
want to
mean, I'm
expand.
sure you have the same ones, but yeah, there's like 10 of them that I have in the short basket.
But because like some of the ones that I'm shorting that right now is dropping under like 200 mil FDV, so I feel like I shouldn't short them anymore. A lot of them.
No, just short the dead charts, man. They'll just short
Bro,
all of them.
I don't
Like
think
they
you're
can't all
attached-
scan pump.
I don't know. Have you been working closely with like the Chinese CT on like those
No,
fucking
I
coins,
avoid
like
the ones
Rave?
the Chinese CT is talking about because those ones will
No,
just
but-
go crazy at some point.
So there's a common thing nowadays where you can buy a shell token basically. So
What do
it's
you
like
mean?
they buy a dead coin, they slowly absorb all the token, but because it has Binance perks, they crime that shit up to make money basically.
Yeah, I try to avoid those. I've seen some tips come through like this one's gonna pump. Like, all right, I'll just not have that in my short basket and I'll be fine. I'm not buying those though.
Bro, but like some of them you don't even realize, like StakeStone. Like StakeStone did that like a week or two ago.
Really?
But like yeah. The StakeStone, like look at the fucking StakeStone chart, bro. It's like
that stuff
yeah,
I wouldn't have in there anyway, but it's like
yeah.
I only include stuff in the top 100 and 200, something like that.
Like,
Because
I
you can
don't,
really
but like
corner
I would
supply.
I was surprised at like StakeStone because like for me, I don't know, I thought it was like some sort of like semi-legit thing at a point.
Look at that. Oh my god.
Yeah, like because like StakeStone was relatively legit at a point, right? To be very honest with
Yeah.
you. And you probably just like consider it as a restaking token and then you forgot about it. But turns out like some crime happened. Like imagine the panic mode you would have been in that day.
Yeah, that's insane.
So like that's why I'm trying to like add a filter where I don't want to shorten it. Like Resolve the token, right? Like Resolve is one of them. They've been doing fucking weird shit as well, but they used to be legit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's you got to be careful with something like that, but that's why I only stick to the top 100, 200, something like that.
But yeah, I
These
need
lower
to definitely
liquidity
get a
ones
list for you.
can get destroyed on the short side.
Okay, so what other stuff is interesting that you have done or looking at before we jump onto Tau?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. There's to be fair, there's a lot going on, but there's like not a lot of tokens, not a lot of DeFi farming stuff to pay attention to. So maybe it's fine. We can move on to the juicy bits because I know that's why people will be clicking on this.
Okay, so tell me.
Well,
Tau.
it depends where you want to start. Like, do people understand the background at all? Like, should I start with like how
Okay,
these subnets work?
How about this? Let me talk about from a third person that is not
Yeah,
fully.
do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tau was. Let me open the chart up so it's a little bit entertaining as we speak.
To feed the TikTok minds.
So like Tau, okay, I'm gonna say my version of the understanding, okay, and then you can correct me later. So
Yeah.
Tau used to be Tau for me. It was very hot as the decentralized AI narrative. For some token speculators, they're a bit like Polkadot system. With some twist in the tokenomics and improvement throughout the time. It was very hot around a year or two ago, I think. And then as the inflation and the hype goes away and waiting for new implement of like subnets or actual PMF, like the token slowly died a little bit because obviously the hype and the rotation is gone, right? And then Jensen from Nvidia basically mentioned or spoke about a certain Tau subnet, including a bunch of like Twitter Shilled that basically came on board, saying that like, oh, some PMF things. I actually don't understand the Shilled fully, like all the subnets, because like I was not as locked in, and I thought I didn't want to drag myself through buying all those Tau tokens in the weird wallets again, so I just kind of let it fade. But I just bought Tau. And then the price went back up, blah, 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 blah. And suddenly there was some conflict with the governance. From my understanding is that there are some governance issues where I forgot what the conflict is basically between like the founders and the subnets are in control, giving more power to the actual token holders, I think. And then some subnet just decided to rug, and then obviously there's a question in does the governance works, etc., and then everything just failed a little bit. And yeah, 563. Let me know what's up. Am I off?
Yeah, there's some stuff there that is true. We'll just so basically how it works is BitTensor. You can think of it kind of like Bitcoin, where instead of Bitcoin being mined by a bunch of miners, we have the Tau. So BitTensor's version of their native token is spread out, and that's what funds development on BitTensor. And each of the development is organized in different subnets, so people would have heard of that. And you can think of each of these subnets as like mini competitions. So within those subnets, there are miners, and the miners compete for the token of that subnet. And every epoch, like every timestamp, there's a stack ranking of who did the best on that subnet. And depending on who did the best, they earn tokens, DTAO tokens, or like the subnet tokens, basically. And that happens. And at another level, depending on how the price of the subnet tokens compare to one another, that's how Tau is split up. So every block that Tau is emitted, it is split up to different pools that all go to the subnets, depending on. So if subnet A has twice the price of subnet B, then subnet A gets twice the amount of Tau tokens as compared to subnet B. And that just continues. And the idea is that you fund each of these competitions according to what the market values each of those competitions as being worth. That's the whole idea. So it's competition on top of competition. And what happened basically was there was a very, very popular subnet 3, called Templar, run by this team called Covenant. You don't have to know all these things, but Covenant has or had 3 subnets, one of which was very popular. I talked about it quite a bit when we did our show for called Tau Talk. And we actually had the founder on a couple times. Founder's name, Sam. And Templar had done a really great job of building out their subnet on subnet 3. They did a very impressive permissionless training run. They pre-trained a 72 billion parameter model, made a bunch of news. I think the post got like 1.5 million impressions, got shared by the Anthropic co-founder, obviously made news on like All In, and then Jensen Huang talked about it too. So very big news, very exciting. But then there was a falling out, and everything beyond what I've said, or everything going forward is going to be speculation because I don't know this for sure and stuff like that. But this is whatever. My best impression of what has gone on. My understanding is that they thought they deserved more credit, that they thought they deserved more income and that sort of thing. So yeah, I guess rug is probably a good way to put it. They pulled out all of their they pulled out all of their stakes. They sold their subnet tokens for Tau, and you can see it on chain. So it was around like $10 million worth. It's unfortunate, honestly, because they were doing some really great work. I think.
Okay, let's talk about AI stuff.
Oh, sure.
What is your AI workflow in crypto?
Yeah, it depends on what I'm working on. I think, have you tried out Surf? Surf's pretty cool.
Yeah, I am very deeply using Surf. You know, Surf's founder got fucking arrested in China.
What?
Yeah,
I did not know this. When was this?
Yeah, a few months ago. But yeah, basically he was doing some other projects before, right? So I think like someone just outed him. I don't know is it out yet though, but yeah.
Huh. I did not hear that. No, but I like the protocol. I mean, I like the tool. It's a cool tool.
Yeah, very good tool.
Yeah, definitely recommend people try Surf. But besides that, I've just been using Claude Code. Very powerful. Use it like every day.
Come on, La, tell me more. How you been using it?
I think, well, people are just getting started. I think just learning about how to use skills is pretty important. I think I underestimated how powerful they could be early on, but it's not just like a markdown file that explains how you do something. It also can contain attachments. So whether that's say you do like a certain task over and over again, like you have a certain framework you apply to certain projects, it can hold on to different scripts. It can hold on to different like branding. It can hold on to like PDF files that you reference all the time. So you can attach all of that to skills so that when you call it, it doesn't have to rely on like the context window that you're using right now. It doesn't have to rely on that chat. It can go back and use like those best practices. So whenever you finish up a task and you're like, oh, that was really good, I'll probably want to apply that to something else. Just write it as a skill. Like upload, there's a skill like PDF that Anthropic put out a while back. Just say, use this PDF to make a skill based on the conversation history we have here so I can do it again. And that's what I've been doing quite a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, skill is definitely powerful. Did you use like Gem in Gemini or like custom GBT or those like stuff before?
I've used the custom GPTs, but I haven't used gems before. Is there any like
Same
difference
thing.
between the two? Same thing?
Same thing. It's like a weak version of skills. And then
No.
there is a thing that it's like, I think that the biggest thing with skill is that is an external thing that you can call it anytime halfway in a conversation. Whereas like gems and custom GBT is something that I have to put it in externally as a
right.
different chat. Yeah, that's my context of it basically.
Is that how you use your like AI girlfriend?
Bro, I actually been enjoying talking to AI like
What
in
do you mean?
this soul searching purpose. Like it's actually pretty
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
It just
Like
understands you.
no, it's not like so I frame it to question all my things actually. So one of it. So like I tell them my history, what I've been doing, why do I feel lost, and then like the conclusion it gave me was that I've been spoiled by crypto. I like money, I like winning, but I've been spoiled by crypto gain so much that I don't feel normal anymore, and I don't have enough motivation to do other things. I'm like, yo, shit,
You got too
this is
real.
kind of deep. yeah. Then I was like,
I think a lot
But,
of
like-
people could benefit from hearing that, honestly. I think
fuck it.
we're just dopamine tapped out, man. We're used to getting 5-figure checks, and we're used to like these 1000x or 1000% APR farms. It's just not a normal thing.
Yeah, you just need to check out. Okay, so how do you read news nowadays, by the way?
Read the news. We actually have like in our internal like Slack, we have a couple bots set up for the different news channels, whether that's crypto or AI stuff. So I try to stick to those in newsletters and try not to doom scroll too much. I know like our job is being online, but it really does hurt your brain just sitting there and scrolling all day.
The bot, did you set it up, or was it already set up? By
No,
someone
it's actually
else?
Mike from our team set it up. He's our ops guy.
Do you know like what news source does it aggregate?
It's all over. I know it scrapes Twitter, it scrapes GitHub, it scrapes like Ars Technica and stuff. There's like all the sources you would want to grab from. I'm not exactly sure how we set it up. I know he was big into N8M before, but I don't think it's through that. I think it's more sophisticated these days.
I see.
Curious what you use though.
So I have a few things like first I just use Alpha AI to ask it to tell me what the highlight is, and I have a set of prompts where I just use Glock just because I don't want to pay for Twitter API. So I read like the bullet points from those things. Then I have a TG bot that reads like 300 channels and summarize and writes me a message of like different headlines where I read the headlines and see the bullet points of it kind of thing.
300 chats.
Like I actually used to read all of them like daily in the morning, like while I walk or like stuff. And then, but obviously a lot of them you just look at the title, right? And then you move on to see do you want to read it or not. And then a lot of them are repeating information. Like, so basically what I just have this like Twitter that where in that channel it will scrape everything and they will read all the details and then it will just like, okay, out of this 300 chat, this is like the 80 topics it was mentioned in this category. And then if you want to know more, it'll give you the link to the original message where you just click it and you just read it kind of thing. So that slims down a lot of things. But like right now is because there's not a lot of things happening. So it's all like macro news, which I don't really care, to be very honest with you, because I'm not like actively trading it anyway. So like fuck this. And then like, so it's not very useful. So I'm exploring different ways to find interesting things to do.
I think that's the way to do it, honestly. Like keep yourself busy without just like over trading in this point, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. I've been trying to build some app like that's like a diary plus AI.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Uh,
I think people
so
should
it's
do
like
that, honestly. Just make a bunch of apps that you'd actually find useful. Don't even like intend to make money off of it. Just build your own bespoke apps. Like I've been doing that for like workout stuff and like cooking, and it's been fun.
cooking, like you mean actual cooking?
Yeah, I like to cook.
Like oh, how to cook something.
Yeah.
Why do you need fucking AI, bro? You just search it, it'll give you a fucking recipe.
Nah, bro,
What
I
do
don't
you
like
mean?
looking through websites that have recipes because they have to tell your whole life story before I get to how to make my spaghetti and meatballs. It's like ridiculous. It's not just the team that's let down by this. I think the miners on there were really impressive, like how we talked about the fact that these are competitions upon competitions. The people that are like competing in this competition are very talented in like sourcing compute, minimizing their latency, really doing some like groundbreaking stuff, because this was the first time anyone had built a pre-trained model of this size over the internet in a permissionless way. Like there have been other, yeah, there you go. There have been other training runs from other teams like Prime Intellect. I think Noose also did a pre-training run too, but those are all like whitelisted runs. Anyone could join this Templar run and contribute compute. And the whole idea was that if you can contribute compute and do it in a way that's better than any of the other miners that are on there, you can come do that and kick them out. And then you can earn some of the DTAO token over time, like the subnet token over time. It's just competition on competition. That's how that's how a BitTensor works.
Jumping in a little bit here.
Yeah,
So let's say let's just use the word rock for entertainment purpose.
sure.
When they rock,
Yeah.
do they just turn off the whole project, or is it more like
That's a
they
good
can just
question.
switch their LLM or their whatever CPU or compute they're using from Tau to something else very easily?
This is a good point. It comes back to who owns that subnet, right? So when you go and register a subnet, you pay a certain amount of registration fees and Tau, depending on there's, believe it or not, another competition to decide who gets to or how much you pay. But you get to decide whose key is in charge of that subnet. And depending on what the key is, you get some rewards over time. Like you get 18% of the emissions just go to that key. And then some go to miners, some go to validators, whatever. So there is some talk now about who can take that key from the team. There's some talk about how you fix this going forward, as far as like some lock of owners' tokens. There's it's kind of tricky, right? Because people want to build this stuff on BitTensor. They want to do these training runs, and this is probably the best way to do it is on subnet 3 because it's already established and like the code's there, it's all open source. So you could just like put it on a different one, but the idea is, I think what people want to do is just restart this. I don't know if it's going to be on subnet 3 or it's going to be a different subnet, but
But
Yeah,
so
go
another
ahead.
question is that does this mean like Tau is proven that it doesn't do well as a network? Like let's say I don't know what the team of Templar is doing now, but like I'm guessing they just took the code and just do a centralized version of it to do LLM pre-training and just sell it as a service somehow.
I don't
Maybe they
know,
can
man,
do
because
that.
it's weird because the contributors to this project are not necessarily always the team itself, but it's the miners that are competing on it, right? So the miners themselves are kind of the resource that you need to
I
convince
see.
to come over and work for you. And how do you do that if you don't have that stream of Tau to pay them? Um, so that's a tough one to say. If you're able to convince the mining pool to do that, then maybe. Um, I don't know. It's
I
tough to
see.
say.
So, but like in the same case for other Tau network subnet is like, let's say fuck you, I hate Tau now, but
Yeah.
technically I can just take the code or the product and then just use certain API keys to continue to run the AI product, right?
Yeah. Well, hopefully the idea is that you can't do that because you don't have the funding from the Tau coming from like the protocol itself, and B, you don't have the actual contributors to your project because you don't know who they are generally. You might know some of the miners or some of them, but you don't necessarily have to know because it's all permissionless. But yeah, that's the argument that some teams, once they get up and running and find product market fit, they can leave. But hopefully well, the bull case for BitTensor anyway is that they're not able to do that because in this ongoing competition, there always can be some outside competitor that's better at providing whatever commodity that you're building in your subnet compared to what you already know. That's why you're open sourcing this competition in the first place.
Okay. Are you still as bullish as you were with Tau before?
I don't currently hold any Tau.
Oh, when did you exit? I remember it was a big part of your portfolio at the point.
It was a while back. I don't exactly remember when. But
Good for
yeah,
you,
it's
bro.
just, I would be more bullish if off of the back of this, we see, for everything that Covenant was saying, that's obviously wrong. There is some truth in the fact that it could work on its decentralization side of things. I think it's still quite personality run at this point. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it kind of has to be in order to bootstrap and get in front of these hyperscalers, but it still is quite immature in that stage. I would be a lot more confident in the protocol actually if some of the proposals that are being proposed right now don't go through, because it would show that the team or that the protocol is larger than just a couple voices. So we'll see what happens.
I see. Okay. All right. So, okay, what are you holding right now, actually?
Pretty boring, honestly. Bitcoin, hype. I've got some meta, and I've got like a long short open on pair that we talked about. But that's honestly it. I don't have any like really degen
How's
holdings right
MetaDAO
now.
doing, by the way?
The token looks awful right now, so there's that. I think
Why are you so into it still?
I think it's very interesting.
I like the mechanics. I like the mechanics. I like everything. It's just that there's no. It's still a launch pad. You know what I mean? Like how the fuck can you do well?
I
in a
think it's
launch
more
pad?
the launch pad though. I think it's a narrative that people ought to get behind, because tokens right now are just awful. Like any token that gets released these days is just net bad from an EV perspective, and they're working on making that better. So I think buying this, from my perspective, is saying that I think people will push for better token designs, and that's why MetaDAO is kind of leading the charge there.
Are you a left side buyer or right side buyer? I don't know. Is this a thing in English? Like do you buy as it did more because of fundamentals? Does it then change, or are you the type that will wait for a rebound and then you buy it at a higher price because it validates your thesis?
I bought some more last week.
Okay.
But yeah, it's under my cost basis, if that's also your question.
No. I think it's okay, by the way, I agree everything you say. It's just that I'm what they call the right side buyer.
Yeah, you want to see confirmation.
Yeah, I want to see confirmation. I don't mind buying it longer. Like in bull market, I'm left side, but like in bear market, is like, oh yeah, fuck this, man. I'm poor. I don't want.
No, it makes sense. I can see that perspective for sure.
Yeah,
that's why most of my
on the side note,
just Bitcoin.
I'm still fucking holding Pendle, bro.
I like Pendle a lot, but yeah, obviously every DeFi coin is down bad.
I don't understand, like if RWA on all those regulator thing, like Pendle should be positioned to yeah, it's fucking bad, bro. Like even though like what I've left is Moonbag is not a bad size, and then like I still, yeah, I saw it. I was like, fuck me, like that thing went like 1-1-1-0 less. Like Jesus Christ.
It's tough. They still have emissions too, right? So there's that to worry about. But I think Pendle will be fine.
Bro, it's so funny. Let me show you this. My fucking AI cooked me today.
What do you mean? What did it say?
This is the smartest thing you have said in this whole conversation. And I've been chatting with this motherfucker for like 7 days. What the fuck does it mean is the smartest thing I've said? Have I been fucking dumb?
Yeah, man. It's
fucking cooking funny. Me, man. But yeah, so I'm trying to build this app where it's a casual learning tool with diary. So like I'll pick a topic. It'll give me like fun facts every day. It'll give me some like myth or truth. Like, so I play these things as I go. It's like Duolingo basically, but imagine it for different topics. But at the same time, it's like there's an AI thing that has a memory in it. So as I ask things or as I learn things, I can continue to like build my knowledge base and preference as well. So it's like a actual tool kind of shit.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the future is probably very similar to that. Just think about something you want to build or like want to interact with, and it'll just be there. Or like hyper specific applications for the user itself. It's gonna be
100%,
pretty
man.
crazy.
But yeah, man, do you have anything you want to talk about or ask me or anything interesting? Or can you show me something, please? I really need someone to show
Show
me
you
something.
something?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you guys
I
should go
want to
check out
gamble.
Blockmates. We've been doing a lot of IRL videos. We're gonna have a lot of stuff from ETHCC coming out soon. A lot of really cool. I mean, the video production team has been top notch. Honestly, I think there's gonna be some really cool interviews coming out from Khan and a lot of other stuff we're cooking in the background. So I'm excited for those to come out. We have our new website coming out soon. I don't know if that's been announced yet, but
Is there a lot less people in Blockmates nowadays, by the way? Like when there's a lot less readers. Oh yeah, I've been seeing these like the editing's fucking top notch. But like, do you think a lot of people are tapping out now?
it's
Because you guys
funny,
have the
man. We've
most
actually had
on-chain
more
group.
impressions like the last few months than we had like last year, like a year ago. Um, it's been very impressive. Like I don't know how we're doing it, but we're hitting some new highs as far as impressions go.
Oh wow. What if like the activeness of the community in the chat and stuff?
Yeah,
Are
that's
they
definitely taken a hit a little bit. People are definitely less active as far as like wanting to go and try new protocols and that sort of thing. But um,
how's
yeah,
the NFTs going, by the way? I still have 3 of them.
you still have 3 of the NFT. I don't think they're doing that well. Are you
It's
in the
okay lah.
chat, by the way, in the
No, I don't use
Discord?
Discord. I don't use
I could
Discord.
have tagged you in this because I told everybody I was going to go chat with you. We're getting a new
I
site.
think I am.
New site's not up yet. This is the old one. It's fine for what it is, but it's
Yeah, I
kind
mean
of
it's good.
old-fashioned.
Actually, I quite enjoy reading this in general.
Do
Like,
you
cause
go
like
on the
you guys
site?
are.
I'm just curious. Do you read stuff on like Twitter articles, or do you go to the website?
So like actually, I use you guys as a top rate dart, cause like any top like for example, like I would if I see you guys talk about Tau, Hermes, all those stuff, I Habichi, like cause you guys are the more locked in on chain stuff, right? So those are like I feel like you guys already filter out all the bullshits,
Yeah,
basically. So
we
like
try to
I'll
do.
from there I'll pick like the things that I care about and I look into it more. Obviously, I'll read your article as well, but like it's not something that I read every day, if that makes sense.
No, that's fair. Yeah, we probably
Yeah,
do it. We do a few articles every week, so hopefully there's stuff to read. But we do that newsletter every day, so hopefully we help filter out the
every day,
noise. Every
every
weekday
day.
we do a newsletter. Yeah.
Really, I don't get it. Like how where does it go? Like here,
Yeah.
I used to read your Telegram. That's the thing. Like because when it's not a Telegram, I don't read it as much.
If you go
Like this one,
to
no.
subscribe to our newsletter, bottom left.
Oh, but I can't see the previous one, right?
Oh, I don't know actually. I just get my email, so it should just go to
Oh,
your
so
email.
what does the newsletter
There you go.
covers?
Covers everything, man. It's kind of like your standard newsletter in the fact that it has like top stories. It'll have like what's going on with the prices. This feels like a shill, but that's what the newsletter team works on. Um, it's very good. We get a lot of people liking the newsletter, so go check it out.
You see, that's the thing, right? Like, oh yeah, sorry, it's good, but like, I don't think if I'm looking for on-chain stuff, there is more than there's enough news to read every day.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
And then
Depends.
like if there's like some system thing where I can tick and just give me once a week and give me the better highlights, which is for
Yeah,
me right now is these like specialized articles basically.
that's true. Yeah, if you just go to the
Yeah.
articles tab, that's probably an easier way. That's what I usually like to look at personally. Is more of the article. I like the longer form stuff. But a lot of people just want to hear like the daily. Like, is there anything to look at today? No. Okay. Is there anything to look at? Yeah, there's a cool article. Okay. Or yeah, the Hermes stuff is cool, man.
Have
It's
you played
basically like
with it yet?
OpenClaw, but what's that?
Have you set up yours yet?
I haven't set mine up yet, but I'm trying to do that this week. It's just been crazy.
Do you want to talk me through a little bit, or you haven't
It's a
like
harness. So
properly?
if you ever worked with something like OpenClaw before,
Yeah.
you can run any kind of LLM in the back, like as the brain, but this will set it up so it can be. It's all open source, and it's a little more structured. Well, it's a lot more structured and a lot more powerful, I would say, than OpenClaw. Um, yeah, there you go. There's the stack. Yeah. Pretty cool. But yeah, this is a good article, by the way. This one flew off. I think people really enjoyed it. Recommend it if someone's hasn't read it yet.
This is. What is this? This looks
I
like
think it's supposed to be like a knowledge graph, like a
knowledge graph. Like, oh, I see. Okay, yeah, because like I've been using like Obsidian to record a lot of my stuff. So like then it's like
same
very
idea as far as the knowledge graph goes, like a brain.
yeah. So yeah, and then like I feel like with Obsidian plus Claude is already doing most of the stuff, but it's not doing a lot of like auto, like as proactive as like as OpenClaw basically. Like I stopped using OpenClaw after like 2 weeks of using it, and I just stuck with like Claude Code and Claude Cowork actually.
Yeah, it covers like 99% of the bases, honestly. But there's some other stuff you can definitely start doing with more autonomous agents, like with Hermes or OpenClaw. I just haven't had enough time to play around with it fully.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the AI stuff is more annoying as a trenching because it doesn't give you the short-term positive loop, if that makes sense. Like you just kind of like, yeah.
We have a weekly show on Fridays where I don't know if you know Brody. He was my co-host over on Tao Talk, but he does a weekly show on Fridays for all the AI stuff. So that's one to check out if folks are dialed into that too.
Nice.
Yeah, man. We'll do all the shills while you have me on.
All right, man. Anything else you want to talk about or ask me?
I don't think so, dude. I think let me know when you want me to come back and when you're actually buying stuff. That's probably what more people want to talk about anyway.
100%. Bro, like it's so bad. Remember back in the days we would never be able to shut up, but because it's like an hour already, then
we had like
just have to
20 or 30 things in our portfolio.
Now it's like like I'm not even I don't even want to go there. It's just sad. Like just I just I deal really deal. Hola. Thank you very much for your chat today. I'll see you next cycle, bro.
Sounds good, dude. Thanks for having me on. It was a good chat.
All views expressed by the hosts and guests in this podcast are solely their opinions and do not reflect the opinions of their respective employers. Guests and hosts may maintain positions in the assets discussed in this podcast. This podcast is for informational purposes only, and nothing in the podcast is intended to be financial, legal, or even life advice.